Hi everyone, so in a previous video I talked about how the matrix, the simulation, the universe, whatever you want to call it, tests us constantly, and as it tests us, depending on our reactions to that test, whether we respond or react in a negative way, that changes our reality. Now I want to go a little bit further on this in this video because I want to talk about what happens when you start to follow these instructions. And what happens is gradually you start to gain more control over your reality, and the way you know that you're doing this is via synchronicities. Okay, everybody understands synchronicity, but not many people understand why it happens, when it happens, and the things that happen within synchronicity are actually giving you a message based on what you're doing at that present time. For instance, sometimes I'll now look at the time, something will tell us, a signal will tell us to check the time. And when I check the time, often it'll say 1111. Okay, this is the ultimate synchronicity. When you see this more than once, okay, when you see this regularly, this means that what you're doing at that specific time is on the track. You're on the right track for your higher self, your state of being, the track that you're supposed to be on to enjoy your life to the best you can enjoy it. Now sometimes what I've noticed is when you look at the clock, it'll be 1112. Okay, it'll be slightly off, and when it's slightly off, that means you've got something niggling in your brain. Okay, you've got like a negative thought or something that's there, and it's slightly stopping you from being at your highest joy, from doing what you love doing. It's slightly there, it's like a little cloud above your head. And when you see this, this will remind you to get rid of that little cloud above your head, okay? Get rid of that little annoyance. Try and forget about that, and remember that being in the present moment, being in your fullest joy, will lead to everything that you've ever dreamed of. But if you're a little bit out, there'll be a delay in that, you see. So the synchronicities are here as a kind of a guidance from our higher minds, or from, some people like to call them spirit guides. I don't know, but I just see it as the universe communicating with us, or this matrix communicating with me. When you see these little signs where the synchronicity is slightly off, just bring yourself back to full enjoyment. Go and get a coffee, go do something you love doing, think about something positive, and then eventually you'll start seeing the synchronicities fully matched again, like the 1111, etc. Also, as you're doing this, you'll kind of start to see parts of reality that you didn't see before. You'll start to see the world as a very joyous place. You'll realize how to enjoy doing everything you do, and you'll start to appreciate things a lot more. Because when you're following your highest joy with whatever you're doing, okay, everything else matches because it's a paradigm. And every single paradigm in this reality, in this matrix, matches everything else. This is how, like I said in the previous video, if someone's even into a specific type of music, I already know what paradigm they're on, because that music they're into lines up with the ultimate paradigm that they're on universally at that level of their awareness, you see. So what I do want to warn you about this though, although many things will become very joyous to you and you'll find new interests that not many other people are into, all the normal things, normality, as in mainstream things, even music itself, you will evolve out of. Now this sounds strange, but yes, you do actually eventually evolve out of music. Okay, all music won't do anything for you anymore, because you've reached these joyous states, just being in the present moment, being even looking at a board like this, like a blue board like this, seeing all the little individual details in the board, will actually be more joyous than listening to music that you like, or music that you used to like. This is one of the kind of, I wouldn't call it side effects, because in this reality what people don't realize is that anything that you lose in your life, something else replaces it, you see. So even if you lose your interest for music, or the things you used to love doing, something else will replace them, okay? And then you've just got to realize what's replaced it and fully enjoy that. And this process never ends, because the more you enjoy, the more the universe reveals to you, and then you start going into these other realities where other people are totally oblivious to. Okay, there will be other people out there who see these realities, but it's extremely rare, in my experience. The only thing I've read recently which kind of matches this very slightly is a form of Buddhism called Tantra. Now this is classed as the highest form of Buddhism, and most Buddhist masters haven't even reached this stage yet, because there's different forms of Buddhism, you see, but Tantric Buddhism is at the very, very top of the Buddhist religion. And what Tantric is when you kind of leave this physical reality altogether, and you see, and you've got like this imaginary reality where everything's blissful no matter what you do. And just let this train go past. And because you eventually leave all these physical things behind, although the physical things are amazing, eventually you'll reach a point where you'll transcend physical, okay, and everything will become in the mind. And at this stage you can imagine anything you want. Instead of going on holiday somewhere, you can literally sit in your house and imagine you're on holiday, because your imagination will become that good from following your highest joy that you'll be able to kind of imagine that you're on holiday. So you don't even need to do things in the physical anymore to fully enjoy them. And it goes even further than this, because with your imagination things become even better than physical, you see, because your imagination has no limits, but this physical reality we're in does. Now this is known as Tantra in the Buddhist communities and the Buddhist religion, but that's the very closest I've read about this, and not many people reach this level, you see. So this is the ultimate kind of enlightenment, if you want to call it. But yeah, you do feel like a bit of an outsider. A lot of people don't understand this because they're not on a level where they can fully appreciate leaving the physical world fully. But this is something that you will eventually get to if you keep following this path. So I will go a little bit further on this in future videos, but I think that's about enough for today, because my mind's starting to go blank now. But I was just told to make that video for you guys. And yeah, so that's it guys. What do you think? Please leave your comments and like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.